Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 stocks that I picked to buy with my $100 deposit. This is my second half of the week video where I pick 5 stocks and invest $20 into each of those. We'll see what those are, and we'll see what the next dividends will be with those companies. We'll also do some historicals as well. So what we're looking at right now, this is my M1 taxable stock brokerage account, my Average Joe dividends portfolio. This is where I focus most of my videos is on this, and this is about 15% of my current net worth, and there are 52 positions in this portfolio. I'll leave a link below so you can see what those positions are, and you'll see the percentages I allocate to each of those investments. And we can see over the last year that this portfolio has had a money-weighted return of 18.4%, and dividends earned were $11,620.58. And then let's see if it'll show the return. Sometimes M1 will show the return with dividends, but it's not showing that for some reason. It's just kind of a little bit temperamental with that. It'll be higher. It'll be in the 20s when you count the dividends reinvested. So we'll go to the 3-month view. We're just up 2%. Then over the last month, we're up about 3%. And then the last week, that's really been most of the gains of recent time has been in the last week with the election. And then today we're up just a little bit, 0.28%. So we're creeping towards that $280,000 mark. And I think we're at close to all-time highs with the portfolio, because at the end of November, really close, about $100 away from the all-time high on November 29th. So let's go to the activity log. We'll see what those buys were. One of those buys, though, is going to be Cisco, because I got a dividend this morning, the 12.55. So we're going to drip that dividend into Cisco. It's also going to increase the next dividend that Cisco will pay in the 3rd week of April. So here's the 6 buys with my $100 deposit. And again, 5 of those are what I picked. So first up was Hershey's for $20. And we'll see what fractional shares we bought for each of these. And it bought 0.13257 of a share for Hershey's for that $20. And I apologize for my voice. If you can believe it, I'm getting sick again. And this is not fun. So hopefully I get back to normal again here soon. So next up, Apple, $20. That bought 0.08889 of a share. And then next up, Costco, $20. And just kind of chipping away at building up my Costco position. So that bought 0.02129 of a share of Costco. And then KKR, this one is almost tripled for me, this investment, just in stock appreciation. So $20, went in and bought 0.12301 of a share of KKR. And KKR has been increasing its dividend, but they're a low dividend payer. They pay less than a percentage, but it's been more of a growth play for me. I have a few growth stocks in the portfolio, and I would consider Costco one of those, and maybe even Apple. So next up is Pepsi. So we know Hershey's and Pepsi have kind of been down for a while. I had an extra cent, and I applied that to Pepsi to make it 20.01. That bought 0.13602 of a share of Pepsi. And then Cisco, this 12.55. This again is a dividend drip, and it bought 0.20346 of a share of Cisco. So we'll jump over to my Google Doc spreadsheet. And this is where I track all the positions in the portfolio. And like I said, there's 52 of them. And I'll leave a link below for this sheet as well. And so I don't have to go into M1 to see the portfolio balances, anything like that. Excuse me, I'm going to cough every once in a while. I apologize, and probably take some sips of water as well. But we can see the sheet. It shows the company, ticker symbol, share price, the average share price that I've bought into, the number of shares, the current value if I were to sell today. Here's my cost basis, gain or loss in dollars. Of course, anything that I have lost money on so far, like Hershey's, is in red. Anything above 25% is in green. Anything from 0 to 24.99% will be white. Anything in red, of course, is a loss. And then here is the quarterly dividend. I have two monthly payers in here, O and BST. And here's the current yield if I were to buy more shares of each of these stocks. And we can see like Apple, Costco, KKR. These are low yielders. You can see here all three of these where I actually bought $20 into each of these. But take a look at the percent gains on these though. These have been really good as far as growth in the appreciation. We can contrast that with like a Black Hills, where I have made a little bit of money as far as appreciation counting dividends, but it's Black Hills has a much higher yield. But hopefully my yield on cost will be higher over time, over the next decade. With some of these like KKR, you can see the current yield is at 0.43%, but my yield on cost is about triple that at 1.25%. And then the pay date, everything listed here is arranged by the pay dates. And here's the next dividend I would be receiving. And I hard-coded these dividends here for Apple, Costco, KKR, and Hershey's, Pepsi, because we're going to see those change for their next dividend. And Pepsi, we're going to have to remember $19.30 for that one right there. Because once I put in the data to update the sheets, it's going to just go up. I can't type in the 1930 here since I just received 1702 on January 7th for Pepsi. What we're going to do is we're going to update this sheet here in a few minutes. We're going to see the next dividend jump for each of these, as well as the monthly, quarterly, and annual amounts too. In the bottom of the page, we can see also there's totals for the current portfolio value. Here's the cost basis. Here's my gain or loss with dividends. Color key of when the stocks are paying. And some of them jump in and out. I think Pepsi is one of those that changes. I believe Union Pacific sometimes it pays in different months. So the colors change for those. And again, the ones in blue, those pay each and every month. You can see like BST, what that one's scheduled to pay me. That's a very nice one at over $500. And I'll be receiving that every month going forward. You can see also the total dividends. Here's the last increase the company has announced. Like, for example, Apple, their last dividend increase was 4%. Costco, 13. KKR, 6. And here's the increased month. So I'm expecting dividend increases from Black Hills. We'll scroll down and find the other ones here. BlackRock and Kimberly-Clark. And I think that's it, unless I missed one. But those are the three I was able to find just by searching on the increased month. We could probably just do this too and do a clear and do January only. Yep, Black Hills, BlackRock, and Kimberly-Clark. So they're going to be modest ones, chances are, between 2 and 4%. We'll see if they decide not to raise their dividend. I'll probably keep them likely, but if they suspend their dividend, anything like that, any announcements like that, I will cut them out of the portfolio. You kind of see over here my strategy. I invest $200 a week, usually on Mondays and Fridays. In this case, it's Thursday. I'm doing it early. And then my dividends are reinvested in the company that paid them. If the dividend is cut or suspended, that stock will be sold. I'm a buy and hold investor. I don't do a whole lot of sales. But I'm thinking about maybe selling Kimberly-Clark. We'll see. on that one. I'm not sure. It's kind of been stagnant for a while. It's kind of dead money in Kimberly-Clark, and they've been increasing their dividend just by like 2%. So I don't know. I may get rid of them. We'll see, and simplify the portfolio. Here's my goals in 2025. Reinvesting the dividends using AutoVest. I'd like to get to that point where I just kind of let the portfolio roll. And then I want a net worth of $2 million. We're getting close to that. I want $12.50 for the average monthly dividend. I want to pay off my house and keep doing the 2 buys per week. So next thing I'm going to do is going to update this sheet real quick. We're going to grab some data from M1. We'll go to the Holdings tab and grab everything from name and scroll all the way down. And we're just grabbing the shares average price I paid for each share and the cost basis. And it's going to transfer this data over to my sheet. So this is the data. We're going to paste it into my M1 data tab. In the M1 data tab, it pastes everything. I'm going to paste it into the A column with a paste special. And then in columns B, C, and D, it aligns then the shares, cost basis, and average for each of these. It kind of staggers. It starts in E11, then E13, and then E12, where it lines it up for each of these, like SCHD. We can do a VLOOKUP and pull those amounts right there. Same with BST, and then so on. And these are arranged from the largest position to the smallest. You can see SCHD is my largest position, over $101,000 there. So after doing that paste, it has updated the sheet. We're going to read off those new dividends for these companies. Again, these like Apple, Costco, KKRs can be low because of their current yields, but it's going to move the needle a little bit. So again, it was $20 into each of these. So Apple, they're going to move their dividend from $3.78 in this will be in February, so next month, from $3.78 to $3.81. And then Costco will move from $3.07 to $3.10, so baby steps of these. $2.75 to $2.77. But as I keep doing these buys over and over, and as there's dividend increases and I drip those dividends, it does compound and it will lift these dividends up. And Hershey's is more significant because look at their current yield right now, 3.65, moving from 12.07 to 12.25. And then let's find Pepsi, and they were at 19.30, and they are now going to move to, in April 7th approximately, their new dividend will be 19.48. I believe we covered them all. So let's look at the new monthly cash flow average. We're moving from $1,035.96 to $1,036.13. And then quarterly from $31.07.87 to $31.08.39. And then annual dividends are moving from $12.431.47 to $12.433.55. We're going to take the monthly cash flow average to $1,036.13, and we're going to put that on the monthly average dividend tracking tab, because we had the event of the $100 deposit and the Cisco dividend drip. You know what? We didn't cover the Cisco dividend drip. So we're going to move from $12.55, that was what the dividend was, to now $12.63. So even drips do move the needle a little bit. And Cisco had a 2.58% as their current yield right now. So again, let's carry this $1,036.13 over to the monthly dividend tracking tab. Scroll all the way down. It was $1,036.13. And so let me double check that to make sure. Yep. And the event was the Cisco dividend drip $100 deposit. So that added 17 cents of monthly income, and that's monthly income going forward every single month. And we can see how this has gone up. We'll just take a look at the events so far in January. And it's added $1.55, so you can see 17 cents here, 18 cents here, 34 cents here. it all adds up. And this average monthly dividend income is trending upwards. Excuse me, I had a cough there. With the exception when SCHD announces their lower dividend. Let's go move on over to the dividend tracker tab. I've been doing these dividend videos since January 2021, and here's the portfolio value. And here are the dividends in January 2021. We'll scroll down and we'll get to present dates. We see how we've increased this. We're at, rounded to the nearest $100. The portfolio is at $279.7. Here are the dividends that have been paid, $108.30. Let's make sure that we included Cisco in that amount. And we didn't. So let's put in $120.85. And then tomorrow I'm going to have a new amount because tomorrow I'm going to wake up on the 24th and Oracle is going to pay me a dividend. And let's see what that is. Let's see if it is going to be that $5.66. So we'll go into the portfolio. We'll find Oracle. There's Oracle. We'll go to the 1 month view. That usually shows what the next dividend is going to be. So $5.53 right there. You can see that. So it looks like I've bought a little bit of Oracle after the ex-dividend dates. So we'll put in plus 5.53. Then we can do a new, so we'll have it done for tomorrow. 126.38. We can look then in the future. So I really then after Oracle, I have the one major one, which is BST, and then JP Morgan. So over $500 are going to be coming in about a week after tomorrow. And I'll do a video to sum up all that. I'll show you the proof that I've received all these dividends. A lot of people like to kind of list off, here are the dividends I've received. I like to show the proof because the proof is in the pudding. And I'm not trying to fake this. I'm trying to show you guys how I'm actually getting these dividends and getting paid. So let's go back to the dividend tracker tab. Kind of went off on a tangent on just kind of showing how dividends keep going up. And then here we can see like the annual dividends here. We're going to get well over $12,000 in 2025. We can see there's the monthly increase, $1.56, and we've had a month-over-month gain of 0.15%. Annual dividends are now up to $12,433.55. We've added $18.71 just in the month of January. $100. There we go. So you can see my deposits over here as well. So we're going to close out the video and we're going to go over my total net worth. And I believe it was Tim who mentioned he wanted to see kind of like the average purchase prices for like VU, VTI. I will make a video, I think, kind of showing historically from like 2017 with Vanguard. And then T-Row, I can only go back to 2020. And I believe on this IRA, I can go back, I think, till 2019, around there, when I kind of opened up this IRA. I don't have the prior data from, this was like, I think, Principles, where I was storing a lot of this before. And then I changed jobs, and then I took that IRA and moved it to M1. But you can see, though, I have a huge foundation of these ETFs like VTI and VU, and these are two popular ETFs in the financial independence community. Same with VTSAX. It's the same as VTI, but it's the mutual fund version over at Vanguard. I had this first and just didn't move it. I don't want to move it over and have a taxable event, even though I'm going to probably, if this gets to $200,000 sums up, I will sell this and pay off my house and just have the less expenses, and I'll be doing more investing with that money because it'll free up. I won't have a mortgage anymore. But I will do some kind of video to kind of show the historicals on this. And I wish I had better historicals to kind of go back in time. And it's kind of hard too because prior to 2022, June 2022, I was married, so I had combined finances. So it's a little bit hard to extract that as well. but I'll try to show something from 2017 to present how this has kind of snowballed for me, especially in the IRA and things like that. Especially this IRA too is really going crazy. But we can see here, at Vanguard, I have right now 486 and change. 401k is at 103 and change. There's a big IRA over at M1 at 725 and change. Here is the dividend portfolio we went into at length at 279.7. Here is my 1-year emergency fund over at M1. Here's my 6-month emergency fund over at Synchrony. And then here is 2 months of expenses, approximately a little bit more, over at Capital One. Here's my home value. And here are my liabilities. Here's my current credit card balance, which I pay off every single month. This is just what it's at right now. I have until the 9th of February to pay it off, and I have plenty of money to transfer over to pay that off. I'm just not going to, pay it off too early and, sacrifice a little bit of interest on that. Here's my current mortgage right now, 175.6. And I really like to see this just go away and just pay property taxes and insurance. Here is my total net worth, subtracting out the liabilities, all-time high at 1.832. And here's the breakdown in stocks, 87%, home equity 7, cash 5, almost $100,000 for cash. Here's the breakdown in pre-tax and after-tax and U.S. and international. And then we can also see, here's the average monthly dividend. Excuse me, hopefully the last cough there. Average monthly dividend, all sources, including IRA, 401k, as well as interest in savings accounts. So almost at that $3,500 mark. Not too shabby. So I think that's all I had to show you guys for this. We'll go back to the activity log. We'll see those buys again. Hershey's, Apple, Costco, KKR, and Pepsi. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be buying to close out this week's. And thanks for sticking to the end of this video. And please click the like button to help help me out with the YouTube algorithm. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I'm not trying to really make money off of this. If I was trying to, I would put a lot more production into this. I'm a very busy person with my work. You hear the introductions to the videos. That's band work I've done before. I'm a drummer, and I usually play shows like every probably 2 to 4 weeks. I'm out there, gigging and playing shows. I used to be a competitive cyclist, so I do a lot of training on bikes still, even though I'm 51 years old. I haven't really raced for a while, but I do all that stuff, so I don't really have a whole lot of time to invest in doing YouTube videos. We'll see if I retire early, something like that, which I would like to do. Then I will pour more time into this and actually get on camera and do better, produce a better product, and just, better production. So thanks again. Sorry to ramble, you guys. You guys are the best. Thanks for commenting and watching these videos and everything. I hope everyone has a great week, and everybody take care.